to our remembrance, we activate the powers. And I show you scripture. Because there are many who argue today that we don't need the communion. Come on! That we are in the New Testament. What are we doing the communion for? I show you why. We must engage in the communion table. Number one, Jesus commanded us to. And there's nobody who is greater a teacher than Jesus. Neither is there any greater authority than Jesus. So let's look at Luke 22 verse 42 to 20. Luke 22 verse 14 to 20. He said, and when the hour was come, he sat down and the 12 apostles with him. Verse 15. He said, and he said unto them, with desire, I have desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. He said, for I say unto you, I will not any more eat thereof until it be fulfilled in the kingdom. This is the argument that they use. And said Jesus says, not participating, is not eating the communion table again until the kingdom. He said he will not. He didn't say we shouldn't. There are two different things. And as you go down, you will see the difference clearly captured in black and white. Verse 16 or verse 17. Oh, go to 16. Okay, verse 17. He said, and he took the cup and gave thanks and said, take this and divide it among yourselves. Verse 18. I say unto you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of God shall come. So he said, it's not breaking bread, it's not drinking the cup or supping the cup until the kingdom. Now, how about the apostles? And he took the bread and gave thanks and brake it and gave it to them, saying, this is my body, which is given for you. He said, this do in remembrance of me. I will not do it again. He said, but you do it in remembrance of me. So he gave it to us as a commandment to do. That is why we are doing it. He said, this do. So if you suddenly become so revelational, you now come and say what Jesus said, this do, you don't do. What you are preaching, is this still the gospel from Jesus? We just want to confuse ourselves. Now, when Jesus commanded this, you notice that the apostles began to do it because they heed the command. Acts chapter 2 verse 42 and 46. I'm giving you justification as to why we do what we do. Apart from the many blessings, Jesus commanded it. The apostles practiced it. So the apostles did not know so much as to say we should do. And they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship and breaking of bread and in prayers. Do you have Amplified Classic? If you have Amplified Classic, project it for me. Because that and breaking of bread, the Amplified Classic added, including the Lord's Supper. Are you seeing that? And they steadfastly persevered, devoting themselves constantly to the instructions and fellowship of the apostles and to breaking of bread, including the Lord's Supper and prayer. So they did this, and they didn't just do it, they did it from house to house. Go to verse 46. Acts 2. Day after day, they met in the temple, continuing with one mind and breaking bread in various private homes, and they were eating their meals together. Go to Amplified Classic. I want it to be clear to somebody. And day after day, they regularly assembled. What did they do? Regularly. So it's something they did often, because Jesus said, this do often. So they regularly assembled in the temple, united with purpose, and in their homes, and they broke bread. You saw that even at home they were doing it, including the Lord's Supper. And they partook of their food with gladness and simplicity and generous heart. So Jesus commanded it, the apostles practiced it. So it's not just doctrine that was taught, it was also a lifestyle for them. Acts Acts 20 verse 7. Somebody can read this and say this is the early church.